Weather in a moment, but first, police in Brownsville are now investigating anti-gay graffiti. It was spray painted on a building. Channel 5's Tanvi Verma has the details.
Not fitting in doesn't have to be a bad thing. Sometimes it can mean you stand out. That's a lesson Jonathan Caballero learned the hard way, being gay in the Valley.
I knew that I was different, I guess, at a very young age, maybe like even 4 or 5. I started getting those messages, like, you're acting like a girl, or you're acting like this, or you're acting like that.
He says as time went on in school, the bullying got worse. His words and actions were routinely picked apart.
My mannerisms, I guess you can say, the way I speak and enunciate my words are things that got people's attention.
To make matters worse, he says a culture of toxic masculinity made some members of his family become ashamed of him.
With that culture here in the Rio Grande Valley, I think it had a large impact in how especially my father viewed me whenever I came out, and his side of the family and that sort of culture.
And yet, Caballero says the recent vandalism in Brownsville makes him feel optimistic. He says more progress means more pushback.
To me, the vandalism is just a sign that we're progressing. But maybe I just have an optimistic outlook, right?
Roy de los Santos is on the Brownsville LGBTQ task force. He and the rest of the committee work to educate the community. Santos and his husband were the first same-sex married couple in Cameron County. He says the vandalism and theft didn't surprise him.
They made references to a lot of negative comments they were seeing on social media, and folks encouraging others to go out and steal the flag, destroy the flag, vandalize the building.
This Pride Month, the committee set up various educational events and still received pushback.
The people complaining that we were trying to force our views on others, which it's not about that. It's just about exposure and awareness so that people are more accepting.
But it just fuels Santos to fight for equality, something Caballero can relate to.
I'd say my lack of support when I was an adolescent kind of encouraged me to go into the mental health field and to become a therapist and to be able to hold space for these people that are going through the same thing that I went through.
For those in the LGBTQ community who find themselves struggling, call 1-866-488-7386 for a suicide hotline dedicated to LGBTQ members. Tanvi Verma, Channel 5 News at 10.